around the Black Stars and our game against Cristiano Ronaldo, who is now clubless. We'll talk about financial issues, and we are talking about ways we can help all of ourselves to get a better grip on our finances. So planning towards your financial independence, you're thinking about current investments that can secure a comfortable future for you and your family. Perhaps you're also planning towards your retirement. And today we have some resource persons in the studio to educate us on this very important subject. Our panelists will tell us why annuity in particular is important and why we must consider it a financial tool that we can use towards our existing retirement. So the National Insurance Commission, NIC, in collaboration with German Development Cooperation Agency, GIZ, Ghana, is undertaking a nationwide campaign to create significant awareness on annuities as a means to secure regularized income during retirement. During the campaign, the NIC's customer touchpoints, phone contacts, and social media channels will be highlighted to encourage further engagement with the general public. The project is being run under the collective efforts of the NIC and GIZ. Rollout phase is from Tuesday, so it started on Tuesday 25th October and it's ending on Friday the 25th of November 2022. In the studio we are joined by Mr. Kofi Andoh, who is the Deputy Commissioner at the National Insurance Commission. Mr. Andoh, morning and welcome.
Thank you.
And with him is Mr. Tavona Biza. He is the CEO of Old Mutual. Mr. Biza, morning.
Good morning.
Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. We are very well. We appreciate that you've sat with us this morning. We're always looking for opportunities to become more financially secure. Is this one of the tools that can help us, these annuities? What are they?
Thank you. So, whilst we are working, we are taught to prepare for retirement. And this usually comes by saving, accumulating some money for retirement. Under our current pension system, we accumulate under tiers 2 and 3. Once you retire, you get these lump sums from tier 2 and tier 3 in your hand. Now the question then is, how does this money take care of you for the rest of your life? You've been preparing for it, you've been accumulating it all your working life. Now that you've retired and you have the money in your hand, how does it take care of you? Do you just put the money somewhere? And so that is what annuity comes in to do. Annuity is basically giving some lump sum to an insurance company, and the insurance company giving you regular sums of money. These are what we call the annuities. They are usually monthly for the rest of your life or for a specified period if you so
it's a lot
agree.
like the pension that we receive from the state. It comes in every month, so long as you have some monies with the company that will be making the payments to you on a monthly basis.
Something like that.
Okay.
Something like that. Insurance company. You actually use a lump sum to pay, so you pay the premium upfront with your lump sum, and then you get the regular payment over the rest of your life or any specified period that you agree with the life insurance company.
Okay, so Old Mutual, you offer this service, is it?
Yes, we do. We actually call it a retirement salary because, like Mr. Andoh is saying here, the reality is that this thing is meant to sustain you over the rest of your life. Some of them you can agree a pre-specified period, but the key thing is that the insurance company, once you give them the lump sum, they will continue to pay you until, so you know you've got peace of mind. You know that you are covered, come whatever happens. Even if you live until, for some products, even if you live until you're 120.
So there are different types of annuities that you offer.
Yes.
Talk to us about that and help us understand that a bit better. What types are there, and who qualifies to get which type of annuity?
So there are basically two main types of annuities. Okay. So you can have immediate annuities and you can have the deferred annuities. Immediate annuity is when you have the lump sum ready in your hand and you pay to a life insurance company, and you get the monthly annuities over a period of time. Deferred annuities usually happens when you accumulate the money with an insurance company over a period of time, And then once you retire, the insurance company then converts your accumulation into the annuities for you.
So it becomes like what we have with, for example, the SNIT system, where monthly the employer and the employee collaborate to pay a certain amount over the work life of the person. And then on attainment of that retirement age, it starts coming in. So you have the option to either put all these monies together. I have 10,000 cedis. I want to give it to you to give it to me, soppy, few, small, so that it's paid to you, or you can pay over time throughout your work life. And then when you retire, you start getting the benefit.
Well, currently our Pensions Act is wired such that we cannot do the deferred annuities because you do the accumulation with a pension trustee. So we only have the immediate annuities. You get a lump sum from tier 1 or tier 2 or tier 3, and that is what you use to buy an immediate annuity. So currently what you would find on our market are immediate annuities. And there are 5 life insurance companies that are currently selling these annuities right now. There's Old Mutual, there's Star Life, there's Allianz Life, there's Prudential Life, and Enterprise Life.
Right. And you've told us about some of the benefits, but I hope you can elaborate on it a bit further. It gives you some money when you retire.
Yes.
What other benefits do you get from having an annuity policy?
So you see, the thing about when people retire, sometimes when we retire, we've been working all our lives, and all of a sudden we think that we can be very good business people. So people usually take their money, go and start a business. A year or two later, all that money is gone. Not through them not having tried, through best efforts. They've tried the best that they can, but things have happened and they've lost all their money. And this is not things that we are just talking about. These are things that we have heard from people who have since retired. Because even before you bring the product onto the market, you talk to people, real people who have got real issues. So one of the things that an annuity actually tries to help to do, if you see in some of the developed economies, life expectancy is higher. Why? Because there's peace of mind. Because once you retire, you don't have, you are not that active anymore. So there's that loss of activity. So if you lose activity and you are also worried about where is your next meal going to come from, that's where problems actually start. So an annuity helps to give you peace of mind, that you know that for as long as you're alive, you're going to get this money. You can even have one whereby after, if something happens to you, you can pay a funeral benefit, and it can also continue for your spouse, for the rest of the life of your spouse. So the peace of mind can really be vast, depending on the kind of product that you actually want. Some of the products, on a year-on-year basis, they actually increase, taking into account various things, whether it's the investment return and so on and so forth, so that they're also trying to keep pace with changes that will be happening with prices. So I think, if nothing else, the thing that this thing really gives you is it gives you peace of mind that allows you to live for a much longer time than what we've actually seen people living for.
I find it quite fascinating that if you do pass on, a spouse can also take over and also benefit from the same policy that someone is enjoying. So is this reserved for just formal sector workers, or can anyone in the informal sector as well, people who are self-employed, who qualifies?
Anybody who with a lump sum is qualified to buy an annuity. For formal sector workers, we have tier 1, tier 2. Some people do have tier 3. You get lump sums from tiers 2 and 3. You qualify to buy an annuity with the lump sum. For the informal sector, the law requires that they do buy an annuity with their lump sum, and that is because they may not qualify for the tier 1 that SNIT will give out. So for informal sector, yes, once they have the lump sum, they can buy. So basically, anybody who has a lump, and you don't have to have accumulated the funds under the pension system. Once you have any funds you have accumulated over time and you want to go on retirement, you qualify to buy an annuity from any life insurance company.
you come into some money and you can decide that, okay, I'm going to put this money with Old Mutual so that they pay me something monthly as annuity. It doesn't matter how long you've saved up for the money. None of that. You just show up with a check with cash, and that's it.
As long as the money is legal, that's it.
And it's clean, because you must prove
very
that you worked for that money, and that it's not.
And you have ways of checking that.
Yes.
That the money someone is bringing to you is money that you've actually worked for.
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk about safety of the funds, for example, because people think that because all these monies are going to, for example, the companies that you've mentioned, there is always a chance that some fraudulent activity can go on. Is the policy safe from fraudsters?
It is safe from fraudsters. I mean, there's nothing that is foolproof, but we have put a lot of controls in place to make sure that your funds which you use to buy annuities are safe. So apart from qualifying or being licensed as a life insurance company, there are additional criteria that needs to be met before a life insurance company can sell annuities. So when I was mentioning, we have about 21 life insurance companies, and only 5 of them are selling annuities right now. That's because there are additional requirements that need to be met to be sure that when the time comes, the company will be able to deliver.
Give us some examples. The additional requirements.
Additional capital requirement they need to have, additional risk management requirement that they need to have, and we are working on additional investment requirement where the funds should be invested, and who qualifies to sell the annuities, what are the commission rate, what are the allowed expenses margins on them. These are things we call the regulatory framework, which is also going to come around the selling of annuities, just to protect the annuitant, the people who buy the product, and make sure that they will continue to receive the annuities over the period for which they have bought them.
Is it that easy to get an annuity? Just walk into the premises of any of the providing insurance companies
I have mentioned.
What's the process to give people an idea? What's the process to getting this done? Do you just bring the money, bring a check?
Yeah, so you bring the money, you decide what type of annuity that you want, you fill a form, and on the day that you agree in the following month, you start receiving your monthly annuity. It is that simple.
How long will that process take?
Well, I guess it depends on whether you've got all the requirements when you actually come or not. If you have all the requirements, it shouldn't take you more than 30 minutes for that whole thing, for that whole process to be completed.
Right. Why is GIZ partnering you on this project?
GIZ has been a partner with the National Insurance Commission for a long time, helping develop the financial system and especially the insurance market in Ghana. And this campaign is just one of many things that the German government through GIZ has helped to support us to do. It's important to do this because, as we said, annuity is one wise and prudent way for retired people to manage their liquidity whilst they live. But the truth is that many people don't know about annuities. They don't know how it works. They don't know where to buy. They don't know which companies are selling them. They don't know which procedures to follow to get them. And so that is why the team does with us and say, let's carry out an education campaign. Let's let everybody get to hear about this thing called annuities and how it can help to improve lives and make life better for us.
So on this campaign, it's mainly
people.
Education.
It's education.
Are you doing to get people in the know about some of these opportunities in the investment space?
There are various meetings and participation in forums around the country. Some of my colleagues are in other stations. There are social media activities and programs to help to disseminate the information.
What pages should people follow? Where can they find these these programs and activities you're talking on social media?
The NIC social media handles all showing this, and our media partners Limehouse are also helping to promote this on the various platforms that people can see this. There are going to be clips, short clips with clear messages on Facebook to tell people simple things about annuities, where to get them, how to go about it. Basically get them to understand what this is about and how it can help them to live their lives.
I'll take your final comment, Mr. Biza. Why should people buy into the idea of an annuity policy?
I think the reality is that when you retire, you can do a lot of things, and you can try out a lot of things. You can try businesses, you can buy properties and so on. That's all good, but it's always important. Take a piece out, put it in an annuity for exactly what they said, for liquidity. You know that your bread, your eggs, your milk is catered for, at the very least.
What's the least amount you can use as a lump sum to get an annuity?
Well, that varies from company to company. Our minimum is 20,000. It varies from company to company. So
and how long would you benefit from a 20,000 policy, for example?
For life.
Okay.
For life, like until even if you get to 165, we will still be paying, because that is the promise.
How much do you get a month with 20K?
Well, it depends on a number of factors, your gender, your age, and so on and so forth.
I'm sure that if people were to connect with you via your social media handles, they can get a lot more of their questions answered. Do you have a final comment to make, Mr.?
Well, I just tell people that you need to be liquid when you retire. It's good to have properties, but there's no point being property rich and illiquid when you are on retirement, because you have bills to pay. You have electricity, you have your health bills to pay, you need to buy food. So it's good to have property, but it's good to be liquid whilst you are on retirement. And annuities is one of the instruments that can help you to boost your liquidity whilst you're on retirement.
Mr. Kofi Andoh, Deputy Commissioner, National Insurance Commission, and Mr. Tavona Biza, CEO of Old Mutual, here educating us on annuities. And so there's an opportunity for you to pay a lump sum to any of the 5 stated insurance companies in Ghana, so that you can get some monies coming to you monthly when you retire. You can connect with the NIC via their social media handles. The campaign is active on social media, and they'll welcome any questions that you may have. And they will tell you where to go, how to go about it, and when is the best time to bring your lump sum to these insurance companies. Old Mutual is one of them, and others, and they can help you get that done. So you can get annuities, then you can get pensions, then your children can send you money, then you become very comfortable and liquid in your retirement. That's the message from the NIC this morning. More to expect